Hey, it's been ages. How you doing? Do you want to come have a look around the garden? So it's definitely a work in progress. We have some maintenance issues that the landlord needs to sort out, but Adam and I have been trying to get the garden up to scratch, especially as the weather's been so beautiful this summer. We want to be spending more time out here. So do you want to come and look around, see what's growing? So you'll remember the Polybunnel, of course. It's looking a little bit different in there because I have taken a lot of the veg out that was started off in spring, and that's gone up the allotment. So now it is a hotbed of tomatoes, chilies and cucumbers. So because I now have a greenhouse Polybunnel, I'm trying something new this year with regard to the tomato supports. So instead of canes, I have tied string, can you see there, to the roof. I am no Boy Scout, so my knots are probably a little bit ropey, if you'll excuse the pun, but so far they seem to be doing okay. So over on the left here we've got some cucumbers, and we've got a few. I did harvest one the other day actually, that was my first one, but we've got a few more coming out now, some really funny shaped ones, I'm not going to lie. These are sort of normal sort of cucumber shaped Polans, and then these are, I can't remember what they are. Oh, Polan as well. Different shape though, very strange. Not sure what's causing that. This is actually the first time I've ever grown cucumbers, so perhaps that's normal, not entirely sure. And then moving along, we've got the tomatoes. Now these are doing really, really well. So in this bed, we have a mix of the shimmer and the Gormanson. So just down, this one here is a shimmer, if you want to peer through the strings there. So they're sort of kind of elongated, pointy ones. Quite a few fruits and flowers coming, but nothing ripe yet. And then, the Gormanson is these lovely big sort of heart-shaped things. And I think they're going to be a sort of pinky peach colour, so very much looking forward to those. And then these are the same along here. For some reason not doing as well, which is odd because they are grown in the same compost in the same space and fed and watered the same. But what can you do, I guess? And then along the front we've got some a mix of sort of cherry tomatoes and peppers. Now I do have a bit of a confession to make. If we have a look at this pot here, so as you can see we've got a lovely nice round King of the North pepper on it, but that's the label, sweet banana. I must have mislabeled these when I sowed the seeds initially, because all of my King of the Norths are sweet peppers. No, all of my King of the Norths are sweet bananas, all of my sweet bananas are King of the North, so a bit of an error there. And then just down here we have got watermelons. Well, hopefully soon. So these are my sugar baby watermelons that I've grown for a bit. So far so good. They were really slow growing actually. For a long time the plants were about 2 inches tall and did absolutely nothing. And then I gave a couple to Katerina, my chiropractor, who also loves plants as much as me, and she was finding they were really slow growing as well. And then at my next appointment she asked me how mine were doing, and I said terrible, and she said the trick is seaweed feed. So I came home, popped some seaweed feed in there, and lo and behold they have started romping away. So top tip there if you're trying to grow watermelons. Actually, most of you probably knew this already. Plants need feeding. Who knew? So then just up from the watermelon, the eucalyptus, now that I've taken out the mystery brassicas, are doing really well. Look at these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants. Fantastic. So yeah, growing these for cut, they're not quite flowers, foliage, cut foliage for bouquets, and to make bundles for the shower, just for that luxurious spa feeling, as much as I can do in my rental house bathroom. Anyway, every little helps, right? These are my house dwarf tomatoes, so the plants won't actually get much bigger than that, which is crazy to me, because the fruit obviously is probably like normal cherry tomato size. So that's been quite fun to grow. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how those get on. And then we have more chilies. So these are habaneros, and the the gifted chilies. No flowers. Oh no, we've got flowers on some of them. No fruit yet, so I won't be able to tell you whether the name is accurate. And then the rest is the Big Sun habaneros. And then at the back here we've got a little turmeric. I saw a pack in the reduced section in Tesco, so I thought, I don't know, I'll grab some and I'll whack them in some soil and see what happens. And I actually did the same with the stuff behind me as well. The ginger, I had some that was left over in the cupboard that started sprouting. So again, whacked it in some soil. It's been in the soil probably just over a week now. It doesn't seem to be very happy in here. It seemed to be actually growing better on the windowsill, but maybe it just needs some time to sort itself out. But yeah. And then down here we have more tomatoes. So I think this one is a shimmer as well. Doing pretty well. There's my sweet banana chili, sweet banana pepper, which is labelled as, let's see, no label, not very helpful. This one though, this one's also definitely a sweet banana pepper, labelled King of the North. So something's gone terribly wrong somewhere, but at least they look different enough for me to be able to figure it out. My God, it's so hot in there, I'm sweating already. It has been super hot in the UK this week. It went up to 32 yesterday. It was far too hot to do anything. I basically just sat in my shorts and vest top in the lounge with the fan on full blast. That's all that I could do. Thankfully, I've got the week off work, so I was able to do that rather than sitting at my desk in my sweltering hot conservatory, so small wins. As we come outside, the shelves are clearing down nicely, which means I've been able to take some of the bits off the allotment. This in the box here is stuff to go up the allotments. I've got leeks, sunflowers, so last remnants of sweet corn. And here's kind of like, this is where all the other plants have gone to die. So I've got some sort of pumpkins, calendula. I sowed way too many calendula this year, so next year I'll make sure to cut down on that. A couple of spare cosmos, which I'll just pop in some corners. And oh, my spring onions are finally doing something. Still very, very slow, but we're getting there. The big difference, I guess, has been this bed, which was just bindweed and herb Robert. So we cleared all this out. Of course, in doing so, we've made a litter tray now for the local cats, so we need to be careful. And then I just chucked a load of spare plants into it. I don't know if you can tell, but the bed itself is starting to collapse. So I didn't want to do anything mad with it in case we have to end up taking it out. In this bed is take some sort of cuttings from some of my mum's borders and some spare like zinnias, cosmos, things like that that needed some space, and I've just whacked them in here. So hopefully it'll pick up. Some of them are already started to establish a bit better, so like that cosmos there is looking quite good. But yeah, I'm not too worried about what happens in this bed, just in case it does end up getting ripped out, because as you can see, it's looking a little bit precarious. Then turn around to the polybunnel. We've got more tomatoes. I have been trying to like just stash tomatoes in every single corner of this garden. So these are all my cherries. I may have put too many in this pot, but these were sort of spare ones that didn't have a home. So hopefully we'll get something from that, but I'm not too fussed if we don't. Salvias, again, these were the ones that I picked up from Malvern. One of them is for Kath, so again, she's having one of these tomorrow. I haven't decided where to put mine, whether that goes up the allotment or in this border. Still to be determined. So over here we've got the calendula looking beautiful. They're looking fab, but the sweet peas behind are starting to look a bit crispy, which is weird because I have been watering them. I don't know whether the bed's just overstuffed. I'm not entirely sure. My mum had some sweet peas from me and she's having the same issue. Hers were in pots too, so maybe they're just not a variety that likes pots, but worth knowing for next year. This is the apricot tree. She's looking pretty happy. I got her in sort of April this year, so too late to get any sort of blossoms on it. So for this year, I'm just letting her sort of establish. She's now been moved to her final pot. She's a sort of patio variety. So this is where she will be staying. So hopefully, fingers crossed for some apricots next year. And then we've sort of tidied up the decking. I've got to be careful where I step because the decking is a little bit treacherous, and actually I fell in this hole yesterday. My foot went right through the wood, so I'm going to be careful. So round here I've got a little tiered planter, so that again these are just sort of odds and sods. So I've got one of the sort of house dwarf tomatoes, calendula, I can't remember what that is. That'll be a nice surprise. I've got a few of those. I've got a pumpkin down there, one of the little mini pumpkins, and I think that's a pumpkin too. Parsley. It's just kind of odd bits that needed space. Don't know if you can hear that siren. I don't know if you can hear that siren, but we get a lot of those around here for a little tiny village. Oh God, it's really going for it. Right, siren's gone. So again, we have more tomatoes. I told you I had a lot of tomatoes. So again, this is a sort of mix of the pink tiger, tigerella, and some of the cherries, I think. So these are only planted like 2 weeks ago, so they're establishing nicely. We've got a few blossoms on them. It has been really, really hot, like unseasonably hot for the UK. So I think all of the plants are sort of suffering a little bit. Even though I've been keeping on top of watering. It's much easier for me to keep on top of watering at home, obviously, because I'm here. But yeah, they seem to be doing all right. So here, I'm really pleased with this. So we've just got a little cluster of pots here, and if you notice the labels, I made these from just some old plates that I bought from the charity shop. I have put a little short out on how I made these, so I will link that below if you are interested in having a look. But I just think it looks kind of really, really cute. These are all terracotta pots salvaged from my nan's garden. An awful lot of my gardening stuff has been salvaged from my nan's garden. I've been very lucky in that regard. So yeah, this is the start of my kind of witchy herb collection. Let me know if you're interested in the plants I've got here, and I can sort of go through what they are, what their properties are, and what I will probably use them for. This one, Lemonade Time, this is absolutely my favourite. It's oh, it just smells. I wish we had smell-o-vision here. You've probably heard of Lemon Time, which has got quite a zingy, citrusy scent. This is the same, but it's more sherbety, sort of a sweeter scent. It's beautiful. I think it'd be really lovely, sort of put into a syrup on the top of a lemon drizzle cake or something like that. Would be just yum. Very excited. And then last but not least, Steve. You'll be proud of me. I have finally potted up my single seed potato challenge spuds. So I've got 7 cuttings here in buckets. I met with Steve, Dig Our Green Fingers, a couple of weeks ago, and admitted, much to my shame, that I hadn't done anything with the potato other than chop it up and put it in a small pot. So I don't think he's got much hope for me doing very well. To be honest, I don't either. So yes, but they seem happy enough. So these have just been popped into some buckets with some peat-free compost and some fish blood and bone fertiliser. I earthed these up yesterday or the day before. So yeah, hopefully I'll get something. I'm probably not a winning selection this year, but hopefully I'll get some spuds out of it. And then last but not least, this is under this sort of ghostly mesh, I've got some perennial brassicas. Let me just take the net off, we'll have a look. Yes, so perennial brassicas that will be going up the allotment. I just need to get some beds built for them. I wanted to wait until they'd gotten a bit bigger because these 2 larger ones here, so these are collards, and I can't remember what the other one is. I did mention it in a previous video. I'll have to go back and watch it. But they got absolutely decimated by caterpillars. So I kept them here to sort of give them a bit more of a chance. And they're looking a lot better, so they'll be going up soon. And then I have some perennial cauliflowers as well. So yeah, I'm keeping those under mesh at the moment as we are in peak butterfly caterpillar season. So just to give them a bit of extra protection, but they will be going up the allotment hopefully next week. That's it. That's the tour. Some bits are thriving, some bits are definitely still a work in progress, but that's all part of the fun, isn't it? Anyway, if you've made it this far, you are definitely my kind of person, and you might want to consider dropping me a like or a subscribe to let me know that you enjoyed this video so I can make more of them in the future. Anyway, that's it from me today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!